It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for another double feature Friday. And this week, in honor of Mother's Day, which is happening here in North America and elsewhere, I think, I'm doing two films that celebrate some fucked up mother-child relationships. And those films are Burial Ground and What the Peepers Saw. So I guess I'll start with Burial Ground. I'm not gonna get into the whole background of the actors and the year it was released and things like that. I think this film seems to me, it seems like it's one of the most memed films, where the boy, the son, it says, "This rag smells like death." So Burial Ground. I rewatched this movie this week. I had just watched it a couple months ago, but I wanted it to be fresh in my mind for when I talked about it this week. And I remembered it being pretty bad. I was wrong. This is actually, if you can get over the fact that there's like this 20-something-year-old playing a kid, the movie itself is actually not horrible. It's more of a zombie film. It is pretty fun. I think the beginning of it for me is not great, but then it kind of goes along and gets better as it goes. And it's not super long. It's like an hour and 25-ish minutes. The characters are all pretty underdeveloped. It's kind of like a typical Italian film in that way, of like not a lot of plot, not a lot of character development, but there's enough going on to keep your interest. So let's get into the relationship between Michael and his mother. I think because there is some inappropriateness in the relationship here, they cast an older person to play a kid. And I don't know if it's just the dubbing or the actual acting, but it also makes it even creepier that he keeps calling his mom Mama, 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 this rag smells like death. And just a lot of weird shit about this character, which makes the movie, it kind of does add, you know, this fun element to the movie, makes it feel more creepy, makes it feel more weird and sort of dream logic-ish, like it feels a little removed from reality. But he also has this weird sexual relationship with his mom, and, you know, at some point it gets really creepy, and it's not as much, my memory of it was that it was a huge part of the movie, but it actually isn't really. I mean, it is like integral to the plot, I guess, but in and of itself, it doesn't take up a lot of time in the movie. I don't really want to get into any spoilers, but the movie does end with him, like I said, I don't want to get into it. If you want to see a movie that has a pretty messed up mother-son relationship, I would say watch Burial Ground. It also has zombies, has a lot of people. There's like a weird striptease at the beginning. This group of people are all going to his summer house for a little vacation or something. Right off the bat, everyone's having sex, like all the couples like break off and have sex with each other. Then also there's lots of zombies coming out of the ground, zombies coming out of the bushes, zombies. The zombie makeup is really fun. Some of them look really terrible, but some are actually pretty creepy and gross. They're more just like wearing a mask over their whole face that looks like an exposed like skull, but it's really fun. If you haven't seen Burial Ground, which I feel like most people have, I say it's worth checking out. It's pretty fun. If you can get past a kid trying to like grow up his mom, yeah, you might have fun with it. So What the Peepers Saw is also a weird mother-son dynamic, but it's a stepmom, but it is also a mother. So there's two weird mother-son relationships in this movie. And I just rewatched the end of it. Again, this film, I had like I thought less of it until I just rewatched the ending this morning, and I was like, this is actually a really good film. The music is great. The fashions are great. The set design is great. The beginning opens with this beautiful woman getting into this beautiful bathtub with a shot of espresso, which it's like my dream, just lounging in the bathtub drinking espressos, and she gets electrocuted to death. And the bathroom is incredible. The bathtub is like this big round blue tub, and the bathroom is fully wallpapered with this blue floral jacquard wallpaper. It's stunning. And the lead actress, her first name is Britt. She is so stunning to look at, and her wardrobe is amazing basically throughout the entire movie. She does a striptease. So she's dating this man who has a son, and his wife died suddenly and tragically in a bathtub accident. So his wife was the woman in the first scene who gets electrocuted to death in the bathtub. And then you kind of like cut ahead to now he's dating this younger woman, and his son got in trouble at school and comes home and it's causing a lot or some trouble or discomfort for this new girlfriend. So she starts sort of suspecting that maybe he had something to do with his mother's death, and maybe he's lying. He's causing all these problems between her and her boyfriend, like his father. He's also just a weird kid. He always refers to his parents by their first names, and he's supposed to be away at boarding school, but he gets sent home. So the girlfriend, Elise, goes to the boarding school to talk to someone to see what happened, and he like killed a cat or was caught. He was doing some inappropriate stuff. He told them he was home because he was sick, which wasn't the case. So she finds out he's lying, and he's also doing all this weird creepy stuff. Then she finds a peephole in the attic that looks down onto their bed, and she starts suspecting that this kid's like watching his mom was watching his parents having sex, maybe now is watching her and his dad having sex. So she's kind of like, what is going on with this guy? And then he's lying about stealing money and blaming her and all this stuff. And then there's some weird point, and like, forgive me for not really remembering because this is pretty integral to the plot, but he tries to kill her or vice versa. And then she gets locked up into an insane asylum for a little bit, or a hospital. And that's it. So what happens feels like it could just be a dream that she's having while she's at the hospital in this like drug-induced state potentially. So there's some like fun dreamy sequences. Then she gets released from the hospital, goes home, and has this like little secret sort of back and forth with the kid. She also did a striptease for the kid where she strips completely naked, and then she goes and has a therapy session about it where the therapist already knew that she did that, and it's like, that's weird, and inappropriate. You shouldn't be stripping for a kid, even if you want to find out, get information from him. So yeah, they do have definitely a weird relationship. And then it does show scenes like dream or flashbacks of him having sex or him being in bed with his mom naked. It's very strange. So Elise really suspects that he did kill his mom, and that he's trying to kill her now. She obviously doesn't trust the kid. Then they have his dog also dies. A lot of stuff happens in this movie. Clover! Sorry. No, Clover. Clover. Come here. You don't be doing that. Good girl. You just calm down. It's okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of weird stuff happening in this film, but the ending is so unexpected. So she gets home, she's released from the hospital. Clover! Come here. She's released from the hospital, she comes home, everyone's happy, everything's fine. Clover! No! Stop! Don't bark anymore. No. So everything is fine. Everyone's happy. The kid has a new dog, which was a present from his dad. So he says, let's go for a walk. I'm sure you want to walk the dog. Let's go for a walk later, just the two of us. And she says, sure. They go for a walk. They're talking about how they tried to kill each other. Oh, let's call it a truce now. They kiss on the mouth. And then they're in a park and the dog's running around playing. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a car comes speeding through and she seizes the opportunity to kill the fucking stepson. Well, not even stepson yet. She throws the ball for the dog and I was like, what? This lady's gonna kill her dog? This dog? That's so rude. But it turns out she actually just wanted to kill the kid. So the kid chases after, gets hit by a car, dead. End of movie. Sorry if I ruined it for you. It's still worth watching and checking out. It is a pretty messed up movie and I loved it. Like I said, the score is great. It looks amazing. It's just so beautiful. This did get somewhat of a recent Blu-ray release, so you should be able to find a good quality copy of it and you'll enjoy watching it even if I just ruined it for you. All right, so mothers, as these movies demonstrate, you know, relationships with people, including our moms, can be fucked up and it can make life more interesting. I hope you're having a good Mother's Day weekend and wherever you are, and I guess that's it for me for this week. Bye for now. Say bye, Chloe.